In a statement, the directors of community care said it had reviewed the fairness of payments for male community officers as this was amounting to discrimination on the grounds of sex. In response to GBC questions, the Community Care Trust says men aged between 60 and 65 who are not yet eligible for a state pension can now become community officers if they are not employed and are prepared to volunteer 80 hours a month to the charity. If they have any additional income in the form of an occupational pension, this must not total more than £15,000 in order to be eligible for the full community officer payment, or £21,800 for a reduced community officer payment. This change was introduced on the 17th of February and is not retroactive. It does not affect any of the approximately 700 people who were already community officers before that date. The directors say the scheme was initially introduced for unemployed male Gibraltar residents, aged between 60 and 65, and was later extended to those who earned less than £15,000 a year, with reduced provision for those earning up to £21,800, the same threshold that is now being applied to occupational pension income. The initial requirement of 80 hours volunteering, now reinstated, had also been dropped to 8 hours, given the number of volunteers and the lack of work available. As pension income was not included in the calculation, the directors say men with up to six-figure pensions were eligible for the full benefit of £511 with 97 pence a month. The directors of community care say this has become unfair and unjustifiable, and that it has been reverted to the original scheme while it considers the needs of others who need the charity's assistance. The statement by Community Care follows comments on social media and a statement from the GST, in which the opposition party said it had been advised that the entitlement to payments for men aged between 60 and 65 had changed, causing distress to newly retired pensioners. Asked by GBC why a public statement was not issued before the change was implemented, a spokesperson for the directors said Community Care is a charity and that it was prepared to tell people if and when it was approached. They add the charity will make announcements in future as to whether it proposes to change the eligibility requirements any further. The Community Care Trust is a private charitable trust helping Gibraltar residents of pensionable age meet household costs. Like old age, state pensions, community care payments are tax exempt. The government regularly contributes to the Community Care Trust. £25 million was earmarked for the charity by the Chief Minister in his 2019 budget speech. Fabian Picardo said the aim was to build up its reserves so that it can be totally independent of government grants, with Minister for Economic Development, Sir Joe Bossano, saying the reserves stand at £100 million.